What's going on, guys? I thought I'd just make a video sharing my thoughts and, maybe some changes that could be made going into 1.0 of Path of Exile 2, and yeah, a review of the Runes of Aldor League and what I thought of the update as a whole. Obviously, we just received 0.5.2, which obviously fixed a lot of major issues that were in the game. For example, the Asmiri Wisps now actually have a notable... where is it? They added this where you can basically choose for faster or stable Asmiri spirits, so that was pretty good. I guess we can just start by going over the Atlas tree. So this entire thing is new, and they added basically an entirely new atlas, and yeah, eventually you unlock everything. Like you literally get 336 out of 336 skill points. There's some cool stuff here, like you can choose for like lineage support drops, and this is kind of like where you get everything outside of the league mechanics. So rogue exiles and rare monster modifiers and rarity and essence and spirits and stuff, so and shrines, and I think strong boxes as well. As a whole, really liked this new design. Do I think that it needs to be modified? Yeah. It's hard to say. Like, I feel as though I had a lot of fun, unlocking all the Atlas points. Obviously, if we look on the map device, you can see what you can actually do is when you first enter the Burning Monolith and you pass down to these halls and then you go back to the Origin Tower. The first time you complete these and you kill the Arbiter of Divinity, he will basically allow you to activate a portion of the tower, and it will basically auto-complete everything. So obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. I think you just need to kill him 5 times to unlock every point. And I guess while we're looking at this, some things they added was like these new citadels that you can actually see a lot easier. They didn't really add them, they just made them way easier to see. I don't think I have... Oh yeah, here's one. The Patriarch halls tend to be close to... Yeah, here's one. So you can see the glow is different to the citadel glows. Which I like, just super easy to get to. Very fun. And I guess if we go back to the Atlas, they also added trees for every single current league mechanic. So obviously there's Ritual, Delirium, Breach, Abyss, and Val Pyramid. I just call it Val Pyramid because that's what I know it as. Do I enjoy it? No, I didn't enjoy it last season, and I will probably never enjoy it. As you can see, I've only done the other 4, but what I thought was really interesting is, like, for example, the first time you do Abyss, very fast. Like, if you kill Uber Coolermark with, like, all the buffs or whatever, you basically just get all the points. As for Breach, Delirium, and Ritual, again, each Uber boss for those 3, I believe, gives 6 points each. So if you don't want to go around and, like, I know that you unlock the areas, down here and go complete, like, all the single ones that give, like, these passive points. Again, I think it's great. I think the Atlas skills are perfect. You know, do I care if they make changes to it? Not really. I think it's in a perfect state, to be honest. But maybe perfect's not the word. But I think it's in a very good spot compared to where it was last season. Another thing that they added were these Atlas Masters. I think these are also another great idea. I've been farming Ubers with this Head of the Snake in Doriani's Science, and it is just so fun. Double tinks, triple tinks, super enjoyable. Obviously, there's a lot of interesting stuff here, like Doriani's Science can have like one explosion expedition, etc. Another thing would be Hilda's Hunting. I thought this was also very interesting. Obviously, kind of different-ish skills, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, obviously Jado's Spycraft. Super interesting stuff here, obviously with the... Where is it? Yeah, partial translations. So, I think this got changed. Because I think it used to have like a 20% chance, but I think they just recently changed it in the 0.5.2 patch. But yeah, I'm just running Doriani Science for the Uber farm. Obviously, you know, the Hilda's Hunting, when you open the map for the first time, you will get shown where she is, but Doriani's Science you don't, and Jado's Spycraft you don't. I do think this can be changed. I do think having like all the initial mechanics as soon as you enter maps, like available on that first screen is like super important, because especially for new players that maybe don't know that Doriani's is from cleansing a corrupted area, and Jado's Spycraft I think is from... I think it's Asmiri Wis, I can't actually remember. But anyway, overall thoughts on the new Atlas? 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Obviously, as you can see, I'm playing the new Spirit Walker Huntress Ascendancy. Super fun. Probably the most enjoyable build that I've played so far in this game. Just super chill. Basically like a bunch of deflection rating and just a bunch of damage with the minions. Pretty simple tree. No swaps. I was actually playing Toristas for a while, but I just didn't really like the amount of buttons I had to press. So obviously, some skills here, Zakoa, Spirit Vessel with Oil Barrage, and a Talisman, so that my Wyvern will just like spew out oil everywhere, so that's pretty fun. This is an interesting one, so obviously they added these buffs with that basically use ward, and yeah, refutation is kind of insane, so if you haven't tried that out, I would probably suggest trying that out, because it's actually ridiculous. You can get like parry nodes on the tree that basically makes it impossible to not miss a parry. As for the gear, I've got a video out that basically talks about all that. As for the new league, so they added the Ocean Expedition, essentially, where you can go from ruins of Kingsmarch. This is highlighted at the beginning, and you basically fight a bunch of bosses, and then you can expand the area with logbooks. I haven't really bothered to do this outside of the initial Uber fight at the Fallen Star here, which you can access just by traveling to Kingsmarch and talking to Makaru. So yeah, super enjoyable. Kingsmarch, super cool. Obviously, all the areas have like their own little meta event or whatever you want to call it, where you know you got to go and you got to close like the south, then the north, and then the east, and then that basically completes the Abyss passive tree. Obviously, you've got the Val ruins here, the Val City. What else do we have? The Delirium areas, obviously. There's like that massive simulacrum of delusion there. So I thought that was really cool. And then the ritual area here, the crux of nothingness, and there's like little like bats and stuff flying around. So I thought that was really cool that you can physically see what gets changed. And I know that they added like the ability to add like breach strongholds to areas. It needs 2 for me because I have like a special keystone notable, but yeah, super enjoyable. I like that it's not like impossible to find citadels. I remember in like, you know, even last league, sometimes you would just go like in a straight direction for like days and just not find anything. I like how many precursor beacons there are. I feel like they've added so many more for visibility purposes, and I think it's a great idea. Obviously, they have like biomes now where, you know, you can kind of, I think on the skill tree here is like, where is it? Yeah, so Faradon cities can also be considered to be another biome, and you can basically buff certain biomes with some of these notables and stuff, so that's pretty great. Just a bunch of improvements to like quality of life and customizable like, you know, pathways to go after you complete the campaign. As for am I missing anything? To be honest, I think that the Tame Beast ability is a great idea. I think being able to capture unique beasts is also a great idea. Obviously, that's why I'm kind of playing it. I'm only running with 1 unique beast at the moment, but I think it's a great idea. Any improvements to be made? I think sprint needs to be maybe changed so that you just can't get one shot. Obviously, with my minion build, I'm not really at any risk of dying when I get knocked over, unless it's the like 200% deli map. But I know that some builds really struggle if you don't have minions and you get knocked over and it's like a high-end map. All in all, I think it was an awesome season. I think the most recent patch 0.5.2 was great. I think it addressed like basically all the issues people were having this league, to be honest. And obviously it's going to be quite a long league, so I might make a video a bit later on down the track if I re-roll, but as for now I'm just working towards Mage Blood, and yes, I'm just going to go farm some Ubers. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.